one. So, ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Monsieur, meine Damen und Herren, Senores y Señoras, welcome back. I'm Special Endrey. This is quarterfinal number 2, and we are in game number 3. So this is actually the third quarterfinal game. Not the third quarterfinal game, but the third quarterfinal I'll be casting a game of. We get Tarson here as the yellow Terran player in the top right. We get Chelovek as the Oh, actually, Chelovek is also. So I just misread something. Oh no, actually I did not. Chelovek at the green Terran play in the bottom left. So, and this is the TSL version, which means two things. We still got the backdoor rocks here, and I like those backdoor rocks. But what I like more TSL version means they are spawning cross positions. And Tarson knows that it is cross positions, knows that it is a TSL version, and he still scouts on the Shakura's closed position, so small mistake by him, because the reason why I said it is TSL Shakura's plateau is I wanted to have those cross positions, and the reason why I choose TSL Shakura's plateau and not the new Shakura's plateau 1.4 without the backdoor rocks was basically because if a Terran player is going to go for some siege tanking on the low ground here, another player basically can't do anything about it, because those tanks are safe from zealots, they are safe from zerglings and banelings as well. So yeah, that's why I still like the rocks, but at the same time I want the cross positions, because close positions, and by close positions I mean spawning close next to each other, is not that good. So we see Tarson, after having this first barracks out, going for the command center right away, and what I really like as well is that he's going for the double refinery pretty soon, so we actually can go for a factory after this barracks as the next production building. And let's see if he's going to do this, because now we see a factory is produced by Chelovek, and Chelovek is going for a command center as well. Of course, this command center will not be finished as fast, and this command center also will not be built directly here at the natural base of his own natural natural base of his. Yeah, smart Endrey being once again pretty smart here. Now we see the factory I was talking about by Tarson. So he wants to go just for the, let's just say, call it the delayed 111. And of course Chelovek's factory will be finished a little bit sooner. There we go. But of course this command center, the orbital command for Tarson on the other hand, will be finished a little bit sooner as well. So Tarson now with his bunker here in position will also be in a good position to actually defend against any attacks, but Chelovek, he's not about to move out. I mean, he's having one marine here on the ramp, and then he is happy about that. He is going for the orbital command himself as well, but meanwhile Tarson's mules are already happily mining. We see this orbital command is just about to finish scan coming up by Tarson, so he knows about the starport, he knows about the factory, and because he knows about the starport not being just finished, being 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, he knows, oh, this starport is actually pretty late, so he knows about this command center orbital command without actually seeing it. And this is what the smart players are about to see, buildings which they don't see. You see where I'm going with this? I see it, at least. So it looks like both guys are finished with their command. The command center expansion, created of course by Special Endrey. There we see this tank is about to finish pretty soon. This starport with the Viking is about to finish pretty soon as well. I mean, the Viking, which was produced in the starport, is about to be finished. And yeah, do we see more refineries? Yes, we do. This third refinery just finished, fourth refinery as well. but only one refinery for Chelovek, not even going for refinery number 4. Maybe he wants to go, and yes, he does want to go a little bit more barracks heavy. Of course, if you want to invest a little bit more into the barracks, you don't need that many gas. So he's just going for the reactors. He's having one tackle up here to go for the siege mode, not for the siege mode, what am I talking about? For the Stimpack upgrade. Now he's going for a reactor on this barracks, and I can see him going for another reactor on this barracks as well. So maybe he wants just to go for the classic tank marine. I mean, we see a lot of marines, we see a lot of tanks splitting up his marines to check what's going on at the Zelnaga watchtower. So he's got both Zelnaga watchtower secured. His remaining forces are about to move out, but Tarson already sieged up with the siege tanks, and last time I saw Tarson play, he had some nice gameplay. He was even winning the Compedo Cup then, and showed us some really nice gameplay. But Chelovek, he's not... Tarson knows about the Marines. Will he know about the siege tanks as well? Not just yet checking. Meanwhile, at the same time, Tarson is going for some more barracks himself as well. He does not have too many production facilities, but he's got quite a lot of siege tank. There we go, engineering bay coming up. There we go, with more supply depots, and he's already at 5 Vikings, of course, because of the location of the Zelnaga watchtower. The Zelnaga watchtowers are not that important in a TVT series on this map, like they are, for example, on Testback, because securing a Zelnaga watchtower in Testback is much more important than securing a Zelnaga watchtower here on Shakur's Plateau in terms of TVT, because when do your... Oh, we had some small lag? No, not anymore. So it was just only the 1 second lag. And once again, I apologize for this 1 millisecond of lag. So, if you want, I can give you the money. Oh, actually, I will give you the money back. You didn't pay for the free HD stream I'm providing here. Just go for some DreamHack references. Nice job by Chelovek to take out a Medivac which was full of Marines. Tarson's Vikings when they're not just yet in position. It looks like Chelovek wants to go for the slow push here because he is having some missile turrets output. So this Tarson with the siege tanks, and Tarson's siege tank will take out this missile turret, so he can happily take out this Viking as well. So very smart play just to move out with the siege tanks in the right time, slowly moving forward with the siege tanks. He's got those two in range. Chelovek not scanning just in time, so he's trying to unsiege his siege tank. But and actually both siege tanks survive. We see Chelovek going for the high-sec auto-tracking upgrade, the range upgrade for the siege tank. Now he's scanning Tarson. Tarson just needs to move back. Tarson scanning Chelovek as well. And the supply is pretty even, 118 against 123. So yeah, this is actually not too bad at all. We see the command center for Tarson is coming up right now. So command center number 1, number 2 is being built right here. And more tanks being slowly moved on forward here. And this is interesting. Chelovek always decided to rearrange his siege tanks rather than go for a scan. And Tarson continues with the slow push. Now more Vikings get taken out, and Tarson is just doing a great job at taking out one Viking after another, taking out siege tanks one after another. We have the units lost being clearly in the favor of Tarson. He's ahead like 1,000 resources. The units killed, the workers killed is still pretty even, but in terms of important units killed, I mean, Tarson lost a lot of Marines. Meanwhile, at the same time, Chelovek lost a lot of siege tanks and Vikings. We see another scan coming up here by Chelovek. Tarson's command center is about to finish right about now, and he will be able to move it over here to the 1, 2, 3 or 4 o'clock location. And yeah. And Tarson is just super slowly pushing. I mean, he's forcing Chelovek to move back more and more and more. Meanwhile, at the same time, I mean, Chelovek did a sort of transition. He was not focusing too much more on the siege tank, but having out a lot of marauders, having out some marines, even more marines as well. But so many marines for Tarson here. He anticipated this move. Now, marine marauder engagement coming off in the middle. Tarson losing both of his siege tanks, but so is Chelovek with all of his marines and marauders. Chelovek realizing he doesn't really have a backbone next to the siege tank, so now he is pulling back to the middle. So Medivacs get rallied to the front. He's pulling those back just in time, and I'm not sure why he tried to go for a attack move. I mean, he has so many marauders. Why not just go for a scan here? He does not know what's going on in the base of Tarson, so he should actually go for a drop, but he did not do this. He just decided, oh, actually, how about I move in with all my marines and marauders in a siege tank marine line? This is not going to go well for him. He was not realizing this, and now Tarson taking out Medivac number 1 without taking any losses. And let's take a look at the units lost. He was ahead 1,000 resources, now he's at 3,000 freaking resources, and he's not only having expansion number 2 up, he's also going for expansion number 3, so he will be playing on mining from 4 bases pretty soon. At the same time, he's going for the armory, getting more upgrades, getting more siege tanks, getting 3 SCVs at once, and even getting up some sensor towers. He's got some missile turrets everywhere as well, because he wants to play drop safe. And if you're drop safe in a TVT and you're economically ahead, you most likely can go for some forward pushing. Before this, oh, actually, do we have a small drop? Yeah, a super small drop here by Chelovek with 1 marine, 1 marauder, but here are the marines of Tarson. He will lose 2 missile turrets, he will lose a sensor tower, but that's basically about it. So this command center can continue to be produced. Another missile turret here, sensor tower here at the top location as well. And when we take a look at the supply right now, we see 195 supply for Tarson. Tarson going for the WTF. He was just moving over here with his marines, and there just a scan out of nowhere came by Chelovek, so he knows. And Chelovek going for the LOL. He's not sure what actually happened or why Tarson was so afraid, because yes, he was moving with his units from the right to the left side, and as they were here at the smiley face expansion, boom! He knew! So Chelovek now saying, you scanned me too, and he's saying, I think this drop. And yeah, speaking of thinking, I have to show you a nice video later on. But here is the drop coming up by Tarson, and it's only 1 siege tank and 2 marauders. Of course, marines will be dropped on top of the siege tank. Siege tank goes down, so will a lot of those marines and marauders. No other engagement coming off, so let's continue to watch those marines. Of course, this orbital command will go down for sure. +2 coming up for Tarson, and it's looking just better and better. Tarson still makes, of course, he will lose those units, he will lose the medivacs most likely as well, but in terms of units lost, it was 1,000 resources, it was 3,000 resources, and now it's 6,000 freaking resources. So Tarson just getting more and more and more and more and even more ahead, showing us once again why he is considered one of the best Terrans in Europe. And just being in an awesome position here. So there we have more Vikings, there we have more siege tanks, and there we have even more of everything. And Tarson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starports, getting the +1 attack, getting the +1 armor, and I mean Tarson, he's at 197 supply. Why? Because he's going battle cruiser operational first time, battle cruiser operational the second time, and Schlachtkreuzer ist bereit. To say this something like in German. He's going for the Yamato cannon, the weapons refit upgrade as well. so he should be in a good position to just go for some battle cruiser action. And there he's constantly scanning. He sees, okay, 2 Vikings and tons of Marines. So, by the way, what's really important about the battle cruiser is that when the battle cruiser comes out of his starport, he's already having 3 armor. And those 3 armor the battle cruiser is having is just so important against the Marines. I mean, take a look at the Marine here. He's doing what? 7 damage. So, 3 armor right now and plus 1 armor pretty soon. It will negate the damage by like more than 50%. So looks like we have a last all-in desperation push coming up by Chelovek. He's moving in at the center. The Vikings landing one after another to buy them siege tanks more time. But here are the Mariners and the Marauders pushing through. But now nearly all of those Marines gone. The battle cruisers basically can clear up the rest. OMG being coming up by Chelovek, and now he knows. Tarson saying, battle cruiser is still operational. He's got 4 more battle cruisers in production. Looks like this other starport is going down as well, but all those battle cruiser will clear up the rest. And we still have 3. We even have the Behemoth reactor, of course. It's like the Möbius reactor. It's like the Corvid reactor. It's like the Caduceus reactor. All those reactors are having. And we see good luck and good game is called by Chelovek, so very nice push by him, but those 3 battle cruisers saving the day for Tarson, so very well played by him. And he is advancing to the semifinals where he will face Monchi. I've casted already 2 games by him tonight, and looks like I will be casting another game by him because a TVP series is coming up next year on the semifinals, so yeah. Monchi against Tarson coming up next. I will have to take a 2-3 minute break to eat something, so it's time for some music, and I have